after your plane
Trying
becomes
to push through
broken.
the top in an icing layer is almost always the
Silly.
preferred tactical move before a total power loss occurs. Basically,
Hector
try to get
Wise
as
is
much
back.
altitude as you can in roll
Oh, he must be
How
from
does
the
it
first
affect the
one.
airflow of our plane? What should we do? I'm gonna turn on the anti-ice. Go ahead.
The system uses hot compressed air taken from the engines themselves. That air is routed to critical areas where ice is most likely to form, like the leading edge of the wings, tailplane, and engines, helping to keep those surfaces above freezing.
Hector. That looks worrying.
I guess my decision on switching the anti-ice on was my
Hi,
biggest
guys.
mistake in my life.
That's unusual. Yes, no, it's
Although conditions justified the use of engine anti-ice, the crew did not activate the system immediately. Instead, they delayed selecting it for a short period. From the flight deck's perspective, there was nothing especially remarkable about that decision. Crews frequently exercise judgment about precisely when to configure aircraft systems as conditions develop. Suddenly, there's a big problem. A flameout occurred on the engines.
dang. How do you do animation? The face animation.
Things
How
started
do you
to
animate
loosen.
the face?
I heard like boom boom, like metal clanging from the back.
You hear that? Yeah. Seems like a compressor stop. Good grief.
When the pilots eventually turn on the anti-ice system, they're simply carrying out a routine action that perhaps should have been completed a little earlier.
Oh, shoot, that's a flame
It was the first time I ever heard as a flight attendant.
Yeah, I know
so
it's like
scared.
Southern Airways flight 242.
The engines began to make
Southern-
banging noises. Then they went quiet. At that moment, I was thinking, I like God today. Oh my gosh, this can't be happening again.
By the way, it's been
The effect is immediate and dramatic. The engines begin backfiring and surging so severely that the aircraft feels as though it has suddenly encountered enormous resistance. Airspeed begins to decay, climb performance disappears, and the crew are
2154
confronted
is
with a
certainly-
cascade of warnings.
Danger
It's obvious
National.
something was absolutely wrong here, so I had to notify these passengers.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to a problem, please return to your seats and fasten your
No
seatbelts.
shit, that's a
We'll be
problem.
passing through the
Guys,
cabin
stop
to
saying
pick
dead,
up
though.
any remaining service items.
I was cleaning up the leftovers from the passengers.
I think that was the most unusual sound I heard from the engines. It barely stopped sounding like a plane, like it was just giving up.
Oh, dang, that's a nice little animation. That reminds me a lot of Southern Airways 422 of SAS something. I can't remember. It's
I
750,
looked into the
705 or
manual book
750.
so I can know
Southern Air.
exactly what we should do in this situation. And it worked out well. Closing throttles back to idle. And don't restart the engine. Got it.
Fred then reduces the power to idle.
Even call ATC.
We always need to contact ATC if we're in an emergency. It's to
Hey,
keep us safe.
Center, mayday, mayday, mayday. Dual engine failure at flight level 210. Unable to proceed. Kilo, India, Sierra, Alpha, Papa. Maintaining heading 265.
Maple 373 Alpha Roger, squawk 7700, turn left heading 140.
For vectors back to Pearson, runway 24 right.
We're, enable, sir. Negative.
Enable.
We're in manual reversion. We have no electrical power. We can't dump fuel.
Maple 373 Alpha Roger, report souls on board.
69 souls on board. Full load for Calgary Maple 373 Alpha.
Just keep on gliding. At that point, we're just basically a glider, but time is running out as we are descending.
All stations.
Toronto Center, airport is closed due to emergency in progress. Maintain radio silenced unless commanded.
Arrival flights, stand by for diversion vector.
Toronto Center, Air Canada 829 Heavy. We're leveling at flight level
Dang,
2.
is that
Toronto Center,
767?
Canadian 44 Heavy, leveling at flight level 250, heading to...
Traffic in the area has to divert back because of an ongoing emergency. The path of Flight 373A needs to stay clear of traffic.
Completely unavailable. Emergency vehicles are currently going towards Caledon crash coordinates. You're diverted to Ottawa International. Turn left heading 060.
What?
And maintain flight.
Wait, what?
Power's out.
At this stage, the flight deck workload increases enormously. The pilots are hearing alarms, monitoring rapidly changing engine indications, and trying to determine whether the engines can be recovered before they fail completely.
No
The power goes out. Now it's even more urgent.
Maple 373 Alpha, Toronto Center, do you copy?
Communication with the plane is now impossible until the power returns.
The whole cabin became quiet. The engines were damn out. I would say the heater may have quit also, so we started to get kind of cold. I prayed that I hope we all can make it. That's when me and my wife both hold hands.
Radar contact lost. Be advised.
Restart the APU. That's what I'm doing.
The aircraft is equipped with an auxiliary power unit, or APU. It's a small gas turbine engine carried primarily to provide electrical power and pneumatic bleed air while the aircraft is on the ground. Under normal circumstances, it's not something the crew would expect to rely upon in flight, but with both main engines failing, it suddenly becomes one of the most important systems on the aircraft. The APU, or the auxiliary power unit, is a backup power generator. It's the main source that
That thing
provides
is
electricity
not that
to the
big.
plane,
I thought it was
but it
small.
will take minutes to power
At this
up.
point, do a nosedive, bruh. Shut
The
up.
crew immediately attempt to start the APU. The problem
No,
is that
praying
it
to
isn't
hope I
designed
don't
to come
die.
online instantaneously. Like any gas turbine, it has to accelerate through its start sequence before it can begin supplying useful power.
That makes sense.
Ordinarily, 2 minutes isn't a particularly long time. In an aircraft that's just lost both engines, however, 2 minutes can feel like an eternity.
That
The
makes
powerless 40-ton glider is falling at roughly 2,500 feet per minute.
40
It's
tons.
going to take a while to restart.
It may have took like 4 or 5 minutes to get through that big old cloud that just iced our plane significantly. So we really need to land somewhere.
Plane finally punches
We
out
really
from
need
the
to
cloud
land.
after a couple minutes.
Road 29 about just not exist no more. Tupelo 154 better be dead. The Transcontinental? It's cold out here.
Out. The plane's quiet. Clearly something was wrong. So I went to talk with
Claire.
Fred and Robert. What's really going on?
Who is Freya and Rob? Oh!
Yeah, the power should be back on in a bit.
The windshield was just barely covered with ice, which was concerning.
The windshield.
It's ice.
Okay. We will be
How does-
prepared for whatever happens.
We'll update you guys on what's going on.
Dinky Schneider? Yeah, I
By
feel
now,
like
the
he's thinking
situation is
also, how
becoming
is he
increasingly
handling the
stark.
bounce?
With both engines producing
Does
little or
anyone
no
know?
meaningful thrust, the 111 is losing altitude continuously. The crew can
50-50, you're
calculate their
not gonna
glide range,
survive.
and the numbers are not encouraging. Toronto's airports are simply too far away. The aircraft does not have the altitude required to reach a suitable runway.
No electricity for a while now. Nothing's working.
After 2 minutes without electricity, the APU finally starts. They now have power, but they don't have engines.
We're back online.
Good. But we're gonna have to do an emergency landing. We can't continue to Thunder Bay like this.
That's the
What do
plan.
you mean? Nothing
Maple
is working.
373 Alpha,
Except
confirm
engine.
altitude.
Passing flight level 20. We are flying a completely clean aircraft with no flaps and spoilers.
Our windows are still iced.
Our windshield was just almost covered with ice, so the only solution was to turn on the windshield heat and all that, which basically melts the ice.
Ready for the checklist? Let's start. Thrust lever, idle. Fuel selector, for the checklist. Shut.
This checklist that the pilots have to use, this checklist that the pilots have to use that does explicitly require. So, if they run through those and find out neither their engines nor APU require the use of the APERX, they'll have to start thinking about where to put the plane down based on their current load.
It's within reach. We'll do our position.
Maple 373 Alpha.
Pearson is too far for your glide profile.
But you have the Brampton Flying Club at
Directly south from your position, roughly 13 nautical
miles from you. Runway 15 is paved 3,500-foot strip.
As soon as Center said Brampton was the closest, which was behind us, I decided to go for Brampton.
We'll try for Brampton.
My stream is.
Toronto is way too far for us to reach. That's a good choice.
New Arctic was in the
Brampton
70s,
Caledon
okay.
Airport is 24 kilometers behind them. It's a general aviation airport with short runways that are not suitable for a 111.
Before we do anything,
I need to update everyone
98
on board.
clues in the 80s. No shit.
This is your captain.
Yeah, this one is in the 90s. I don't know about Near Arctic being in the 70s. I think it's in.
Emergency situation because of a dual engine
Dude, that looks